Hey, how's it going? Reagan Ram here with OrpheusAudioAcademy.com, helping you make better music and grow your fan base online. And today I'm so excited to show you this awesome new plugin. This is an absolutely amazing plugin if you're looking to recreate those 80s style drums or synthwave drums for your music. And it is called Beatmaker Vice, and it is by UJam. And this is an absolutely amazing plugin. So I'm going to show you what you can do with it and why you might want to pick it up. So first off, we have this incredibly beautiful user interface here. This could be like a poster that you would put up on your wall, especially if you're like a synthwave fan, because look at it, it's got a freaking time machine DeLorean on the front of it.
Well, it's a DeLorean.
And it's got this beautiful synthwave grid and space background. Really awesome, especially for the type of music that I make. So really cool. But obviously, if it's cool, it doesn't really matter. It needs to be functional, and it definitely is. So really quick, we're going to work kind of top to bottom here. So here on the top left, you've got different kicks or different kits you can choose, different drum kits. So you can see that you can choose 10 different drum kits here. So you're getting 10 drum kits in one. And then you've got this little slider here, so you can kind of transition between if you want just the kick playing or just the snare playing. So this is great if you just want to have this playing through the whole track. So I could hit latch, and then I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit here, but we can hit one of these loops here. So it's playing a loop. So now we're hearing no kick. Now we're hearing no snare. Then you have this time machine slider here.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Control the style of your drums. So do you want it to be a more modern sound? So you can scroll up here to 2080. So it's very modern, very futuristic, or you can go down to a more vintage 1980s type of sound. And so if I just have this play again, we can go between the two and you can kind of hear what that does to the drums. So you can hear that if we go to the future, the drums are very bright, very in your face, a little bit louder too. And if you go down to the 1980s, they're more gritty, not as clear, more in the background. But of course, you can always turn up the volume if you want that to be more present. But this is a really awesome feature because you can get the type of drum sound you're wanting very quickly. Now, moving over to the right, you have this mix feature. So this is basically just a preset of a different kind of mix setting that you want for your drum kit. And again, as you can see, you've got 12 different mix settings that you can choose from, and then you can control the amount and the intensity of that. So again, I'll just show you what that sounds like here quickly. We'll cycle through some of these. That's pretty cool, definitely more of an arcade sound. All right, so you get the picture of what this can do. So now let's move on to the next set of the controls here for the plugin. You got the instrument setting over here, and you also got loops over here, which is really cool. So if you wanted to just play play in the samples, you can do that. So you got your bass drum, snare 1, 2, clap. And you have different controls here. So for each of these instruments, so for say, if I wanted to, you can edit each of these samples if you want to. So I got the bass drum here, so I can control the volume. And then I can also control the decay. So if you wanted a really punchy drum with no decay, you got that right there. Or if you want a lot of decay, you can see it takes a while for it to trail off that tail. And then you got the pitch too, you can pitch it up and down. And then you also have a filter here, which is really great for, again, controlling the tone. So if you don't want, you just want the top of a particular kick, you can use that here, or if you want just the bottom. So that's really nice. And then you have the master control over here. So this controls your kit as a whole. So if we were going to have this be playing. So again, I can control just the bass drum sample here while that's playing. And then I can control the whole kit over here. Add some saturation. And here's some more distortion coming in there if you want to really drive that hard. It's got a maximizer. And you can add ambience. And then of course you also have different mix presets here. This is, if you want that gated snare sound. You also can get that gated hall if you want it a little bit bigger. So you can kind of cycle through the different types of that ambience or reverb that you want to have on your snare or other samples. From there, you then have some micro timing ability. So if you want to double the speed or cut it in half, and you can also sync it to different notes on your grid. And then from there, you have kind of what I've been showing you are these loops. So this is really cool. So if you wanted to, say, get a verse loop, you have that right here. And then you can move into the choruses. Specials. And of course you got some really cool fills as well. That's really cool. So you don't have to try to come up with some cool drum fill. You have awesome drum fill loops right here. You got little intros. That's pretty cool. And all these loops, they're different for every preset you pull up. So if we go up here into preset, so I've been using Laser Frog. You can see you got all these different modern presets. These all come with their own loops. Same thing with modern. You got all these different loops here, and same thing with experimental. So that's pretty cool. You get lots of awesome different loops that you can use, and then you can actually drag these loops into your project too, so that you can, mix them the way you want them to be mixed. And you don't have to just play it through the plugin. So for example, if I was going to go to retro, let's see, let me pull up. How about, let's try out infrared buzzard and see what that sounds like. So I'm going to hit latch here so that this just lets it play through, so I don't have to hold down a key on my keyboard. And let me see if I can cycle through some different mixes. I'm going to cycle through this with my song playing so I can kind of get a feel that I want. I think I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. And I'm going to see if I'm going to adjust the time machine here as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. So I'm gonna pull this now into my project, pull in the MIDI, and I'm gonna pull in a drum fill while I'm at it. All right, I think I like this one. And pull this in here at the end, and then I'm just going to cycle this through. And now let's see how that sounds. But obviously you got so many different options to choose from, so I'm just going to cycle through some of these different loops and presets so just so you can kind of get a picture of all the different awesome sounds you can create with this plugin. You can see you can get some really crazy ones here in the experimental area. Pretty cool. So again, there's just so much you can do with this plugin. If you're making synthwave music or any kind of retro wave 80s style music, then this is really a must-get plugin. I have a link to it in the description below. And if you do purchase through my link, I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. And I really appreciate that, as that helps support this channel so I can keep creating free content like this. All right, drop a like if you found this video helpful, and be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any new tutorials I release on this channel, including more videos on how to create synthwave music. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in a future video. Bye.